Cause for slums is
family problem.
Poor and the rich.
They didn't get proper job.
I feel sad for them.
corruption.
They can provide their basic needs.
They're not economically well.
Their past. In society, there's always gonna be the poor and the rich. So obviously, those slum underneath LCH are the poor people of the society. In the society, not everyone can be rich. Or so there could be some tragedy that happened to their past previous years. That's why they ended up there.
So I would think that for the slum people who are living below LCAs, one problem that could have been in their life is that they're not economically well, which we can see by the way they're living, and also that one thing that could have put them out there is family problems, because not a lot of Indian families, like especially people who are from that low of economic status, have a really good family life.
They didn't get proper education, so they didn't get proper jobs that could give proper income and all.
I feel sad for them because it's winter and they don't have enough clothing to keep themselves warm.
I think one of the biggest cause for slums is there is a lot of corruption going on. Those money could have been used to help the people in the slum to improve their living standard and all that, but then instead it's going to the politicians for their own benefits. Those money could have been used to provide them with a good education, because another big cause is the lack of access to education. They can't acquire skill that they need to be competent to work in this world. So yeah, I think corruption and lack of access to education are the two main causes.
So the solution is that the NGO should provide them with basic education and basic training so they can support themselves.
The government should relocate those people.
One solution I would say that would work is if the government would help out the people who are living in the slums near LCH, because from what I heard before that was the military people kicked some of the people living in the slums outside, but that doesn't really help them because they're gonna move on to some other parts of Missouri again like that. So to help them out, the government should do something about it instead of just getting the military or whatever to kick them out, because that's not really helping anybody like in the slums area.
They can provide their basic needs. They don't have a permanent place to stay and the government isn't doing anything. I think the solution should be that the clothes that we donate for charity for the employees, instead of going to the employees, we should give it to the people in the slums.
The government should be more transparent so there won't be corruption, and then those money could be used to help those people in the slum.
Habitat for Humanity is a great organization that brings volunteers and slum dwellers together and raise money, and slum dwellers and volunteers then build houses together so that slum dwellers feel a sense of ownership for the house that they've built and don't sell it once it's built and once they start living in them. And it's a great idea because volunteers bring down the cost of building the house, they help raise money, and slum dwellers support build the house. So it's a great idea.